Everyone is looking at the wrong map. While the world is obsessed with a potential blockade of the Taiwan Strait, the biggest shift in AI history is already happening under the radar. Behind closed doors, Jensen Huang and the U.S. Department of Commerce are quietly executing Plan B. It's called the Silicon Exodus. Nvidia, the $4.5 trillion giant that powers every AI on Earth, is moving its unbreakable supply chain. They aren't going to the US or Europe. They are betting everything on a country that, until recently, wasn't even on the semiconductor map, Vietnam. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this isn't just a business move. It's a geopolitical landmine that could trigger the very war it's trying to avoid. We're decoding the data behind the Vietnam shift, and why Taiwan's Silicon Shield is officially starting to crack. For decades, Taiwan has been protected by the Silicon Shield. The idea was simple. As long as Taiwan produced 90% of the world's advanced chips, China couldn't attack without destroying the global economy. But in 2026, the shield is becoming a cage. Nvidia's biggest problem isn't the technology, it's the geography. With the 2026 export bans tightening and the Silicon Curtain falling between Washington and Beijing, Taiwan has become the most dangerous place on Earth to do business. We've tracked the shipping data, and for the first time in history, Nvidia's time to market from Taiwan is increasing due to soaring insurance premiums and constant monitoring by the Chinese Navy. The world's most valuable company can't wait for a war to start before it moves. It has to move now. Enter Vietnam. Why here? It's not just about cheap labor. In the last year, the U.S. has upgraded Vietnam to a comprehensive strategic partner. This is code for the new Silicon Safe Haven. Vietnam has something Taiwan doesn't: strategic depth. It shares a land border with China, but has a massive coastline protected by U.S. allied interests. More importantly, Vietnam is the only country successfully playing both sides. We are seeing a $100 billion infrastructure surge in Ho Chi Minh City. Intel and Samsung are already deep in the region, and now Jensen Huang has confirmed that Nvidia is setting up a center of excellence in Vietnam to train AI engineers and assemble the next generation of server racks. This is the friendshoring policy in its final form. But here is the part the big channels are missing. This isn't just about making chips, it's about advanced packaging. The bottleneck for Nvidia's Blackwell and Rubin chips isn't just the silicon, it's the CoWoS, or chip-on-wafer-on-substrate process. Currently, that process is almost entirely trapped in Taiwan. But our sources indicate that Vietnam is fast-tracking the permits for the world's first non-Taiwanese advanced packaging plants. By 2027, Nvidia wants to be able to ship a complete H200 or Rubin system without a single component ever touching Taiwanese soil. This is the de-risking event of the century, but it comes with a massive price tag and a massive risk of Chinese retaliation. If Taiwan is no longer the only place to get chips, does the Silicon Shield still exist? Some analysts argue that by moving to Vietnam, the U.S. is actually making Taiwan more vulnerable. If the world doesn't need Taiwan to survive, the cost of a Chinese invasion becomes affordable to Beijing. We are watching a high-stakes game of musical chairs. Vietnam is winning. The U.S. is de-risking. But Taiwan might be the one left without a seat. This is the logic map of the 2026 AI supercycle. It's not just about who has the fastest chip, it's about who has the safest factory. The Vietnam shift is the most important story in the AI war that nobody is talking about. It changes the stock price of Nvidia. the security of Taiwan, and the future of global power. But we want to know where you stand on this. Is moving to Vietnam a genius move to save the supply chain, or is it the beginning of the end for Taiwan's security? Drop a comment below. Team Taiwan or Team Vietnam? If you want the real data behind the Silicon Curtain, make sure you're subscribed to Logic Map. We don't follow the hype, we follow the map. We'll see you in the next one.